How Humans Are Programmed for Success. Written by Kelvin W. Nathan. Published by Audiobooks Office. Introduction. How Humans Are Programmed for Success. This book is your guide to understanding the intricate ways in which our minds and behaviors are shaped by various influences throughout our lives. Imagine gaining insight into the hidden forces that drive your decisions, shape your habits, and influence your perceptions. This book will provide you with the knowledge and tools to recognize these influences, giving you the power to reprogram your mind for a more fulfilling and empowered life. At the heart of this journey is the concept of programming. Much like computers, humans are programmed by their environment, experiences, and social interactions. From the moment we are born, we begin to absorb information and form beliefs based on what we see, hear, and experience. These early influences create a framework for how we understand the world and our place in it. This book will help you uncover and understand these foundational programs, providing clarity on how they impact your life today. The first principle you'll explore is the power of early childhood experiences. The beliefs and behaviors instilled in us during our formative years have a profound effect on our adult lives. This book will guide you through the process of identifying these early programs and understanding their impact. By bringing these subconscious influences to light, you can begin to reshape them to better serve your current goals and aspirations. Another key aspect is the role of societal and cultural programming. There is a substantial relationship between society and culture and the formation of our values, standards, and actions. This book will help you recognize the societal expectations and cultural norms that have influenced your thinking. By understanding these external programs, you can make more conscious choices about which beliefs and behaviors to adopt and which to discard. In addition to early and societal programming, the book will delve into the influence of media and technology. We are continuously being inundated with information from a wide variety of sources in this day and age of digital technology, all of which influences the content that we produce. This book will provide strategies for critically evaluating the information you consume and managing its impact on your mindset and behavior. Throughout How Humans Are Programmed, you will find practical exercises and techniques to help you reprogram your mind. These include mindfulness practices, cognitive behavioral techniques, and strategies for positive thinking. You can begin to replace outdated, limiting programs with new, empowered ones that are in alignment with your genuine desires and potential if you make these activities a regular part of your life and include them into your routine. Real-life stories and examples will illustrate how others have successfully reprogrammed their minds to overcome challenges and achieve their goals. These stories will inspire and motivate you, showing that no matter where you start, you have the power to change your programming and transform your life. By learning from the experiences of others, you can apply their insights and strategies to your own journey. As you embark on this journey, remember that this book is written with kindness and a deep understanding of your potential. Each chapter is designed to be clear and easy to understand, providing you with actionable steps and heartfelt encouragement. Whether you are new to these concepts or looking to deepen your understanding, you will find valuable information that resonates with you. The power to reprogram your mind and shape your reality is within your reach. If you are able to gain an awareness of how you have been programmed and learn how to take charge of that process, you will be able to construct a life that is reflective of your authentic self and your most cherished goals. Welcome to How Humans Are Programmed. Let's begin this transformative journey together. As you begin to explore the concept of reprogramming your mind, you'll soon discover that the process is more complex than simply decrypting yourself. The truth is, your brain is wired to respond to specific stimuli, and changing those responses requires a deep understanding of how your brain works. You'll need to confront and challenge the limiting beliefs and thought patterns that have held you back, and that's just the beginning. But what if you could crack the secrets to rewriting your mind's code? Would you be ready to take the first step towards transforming your life? For more information about the ebook version of this audio, visit audiobooksoffice.com. We notice that 72% of you who listen to our video are not yet subscribed to the channel. Please help support the channel by hitting the subscribe button and liking the video. Thanks for inspiring us to create more content for you. Chapter 1. Understanding the human brain's potential. Your brain, a highly dynamic and adaptive system, possesses an extraordinary capacity for reorganization and rewiring, making it possible to reprogram your thoughts, emotions, and behaviors. This concept, known as neuroplasticity, allows your brain to reorganize and adapt throughout your life in response to new experiences, learning, and environment. This remarkable ability enables you to change and refine your brain's structure and function, even in adulthood. As you continue to learn and grow, your brain creates new connections between neurons, strengthening or weakening existing ones. This process, known as synaptic plasticity, allows your brain to rewire and refine its circuitry. This incredible capacity for reorganization and rewiring enables you to overcome habits, change your perspective, and develop new skills. Moreover, your brain's neural networks are highly interconnected, allowing information to flow and be processed rapidly. This complex network, comprising billions of neurons, is capable of reorganizing and adapting to new information, enabling you to learn, remember, and adapt to new situations. Understanding the human brain's potential is essential for harnessing its incredible capacity for reprogramming. By recognizing the brain's dynamic nature, you can tap into its full potential, paving the way for personal growth, self-improvement, and transformation. Chapter 2. Defining limiting beliefs and patterns. Limiting beliefs and patterns, often deeply ingrained in your psyche, can severely impede personal growth and self-improvement by distorting your perception of reality and influencing your thoughts, emotions, and behaviors. These beliefs and patterns can be so entrenched that you may not even be aware of their presence, let alone their impact on your life. To redefine your limiting beliefs and patterns, acknowledging their existence and understanding their origins is vital. You may have adopted these beliefs from family, culture, or past experiences which have shaped your worldview and self-image. Recognize that these beliefs can be restrictive, holding you back from achieving your full potential. They can manifest as negative self-talk, fear of failure, or self-doubt, hindering your ability to make positive changes in your life. Identifying and challenging these limiting beliefs is important in reprogramming your mind. Take an honest look at your thoughts, emotions, and behaviors. Ask yourself, what am I afraid of? What do I believe about myself and my abilities? What patterns do I repeat that hold me back? Chapter 3. The science of neuroplasticity explained. When it comes to knowing how to rewire your mind and transcend limiting beliefs and patterns, neuroplasticity, which refers to the incredible ability of the brain to reorganize itself, is a vital idea. This concept challenges the long-held idea that the brain is a fixed, unchangeable entity that can't be modified after a certain age. In point of fact, your brain is incredibly flexible and has the ability to reconfigure itself in response to new experiences, settings, and learning. In the process of acquiring new knowledge or abilities, new brain connections are established, and the connections that already exist are either reinforced or diminished. This phenomenon, which is referred to as synaptic plasticity, is characterized by the modification of the strength of connections between neurons and is influenced by experience. Dopamine and serotonin are two instances of neurotransmitters that play a significant part in the facilitation of this process. They achieve this by conveying communications between neurons. Neuroplasticity can occur in various ways, including synaptic consolidation, where temporary connections become permanent, and neurogenesis, where new neurons are generated. The capacity for adaptation is critical for learning and memory, as well as for the rehabilitation process following brain damage. Understanding neuroplasticity is essential for rewiring your mind. By harnessing the power of neuroplasticity, you can reprogram your brain to overcome limiting beliefs and patterns. Chapter 4. Identifying self-sabotaging thought loops. By recognizing the brain's ability to reorganize itself, you can now turn your attention to the thought patterns that may be holding you back, including self-sabotaging thought loops that can hinder your progress. Repetitive patterns of negative thinking are known as loops, and they have the potential to bring up feelings of anxiety, fear, and uncertainty. To identify these thought loops, you'll need to develop self-awareness and tune into your internal dialogue. Throughout the day, you should begin by paying attention to your thoughts, feelings, and the sensations that you experience in your body. Notice when you feel stressed, anxious, or overwhelmed. What thoughts are running through your mind during these moments? Are you ruminating on past failures, worried about the future, or critical of yourself? These thoughts can be clues to underlying self-sabotaging patterns. Take note of any repetitive thoughts, emotions, or physical sensations that arise. Ask yourself, what am I afraid of? What's the worst that could happen? What would I say to a friend in a similar situation? This kind of inquiry can assist you in recognizing and challenging negative thought patterns, so allowing you to replace them with ones that are more rational and grounded in reality. Chapter 5. The role of environment in shaping minds. While you are working to retrain your mind, it is crucial to acknowledge that the environment you are in plays a huge part in determining your thoughts, feelings, and behaviors. The people you surround yourself with, the media you consume, and the physical spaces you inhabit all influence your mental wiring. Your environment can either reinforce negative thought patterns or foster a positive, growth-oriented mindset. You're constantly absorbing information from your surroundings, and this input shapes your attitudes, beliefs, and values. For instance, if you're frequently exposed to negative news or toxic social media, you're more likely to develop a pessimistic outlook. On the other hand, surrounding yourself with uplifting content, supportive relationships, and calming environments can help you cultivate a more optimistic mindset. To reprogram your mind effectively, you need to be mindful of your environmental influences. Take control of the information you consume and curate a surroundings that support your personal growth. Ask yourself, what are the dominant themes in my social media feeds? Are the people around me encouraging or draining? Do I spend more time indoors or outdoors? By becoming aware of the influence that your surroundings have on you, you will be able to make deliberate decisions that will allow you to cultivate your mental health and provide support for your efforts to reprogram yourself. Chapter 6. Breaking free from fear and anxiety. Fear and anxiety can entangle your mind, much like a dense underbrush entraps a hiker, making every step forward a struggle. As you navigate the complexities of your thoughts, it's essential to recognize that fear and anxiety aren't inherent to your being. They are, in fact, conditioned responses that can be rewired. To break free from their grasp, you must first acknowledge their presence. Take a step back and observe your thoughts without judgment. Identify the patterns and triggers that spark your fear and anxiety. Are they rooted in past experiences, societal expectations, or self-doubt? Once you've pinpointed the sources, you can begin to challenge those narratives. Reframe your thoughts by asking yourself questions like, is this fear based on fact or assumption, or what's the worst that could happen? And can I cope with it? As you reframe, you'll start to notice a shift in your perception. Your mind, once entangled, begins to unwind, and you'll find it easier to make decisions, take risks, and move forward. Chapter 7. The power of visualization techniques. You can harness the power of visualization techniques to rewire your mind, leveraging the neural pathways that connect your brain's visual cortex to its emotional centers. This potent tool allows you to consciously create mental images that influence your thoughts, emotions, and behaviors. By vividly imagining a desired outcome, you can stimulate the same neurological responses as if the event were actually occurring. This neural resonance can rewire your brain's associative networks, fostering lasting change. To effectively utilize visualization, find a quiet, comfortable space to relax and focus. Close your eyes, take a few deep breaths, and engage your senses. Imagine yourself in a scenario that embodies your desired outcome, incorporating as many sensory details as possible. Visualize the sights, sounds, smells, tastes, and textures that evoke the emotions you want to experience. The more vivid and immersive your mental scene, the stronger the neural connections will be. Regularly practicing visualization can lead to significant cognitive and emotional shifts. As you consistently reinforce these new patterns, your brain will begin to adapt, refining its processing and responding to stimuli in novel ways. By harnessing the power of visualization, you can rewire your mind to support your goals, cultivating a more resilient, adaptable, and empowered you. Chapter 8. Reprogramming for Confidence and Self-Esteem. By reorienting your self-perception through targeted visualization exercises, you can unleash ingrained patterns of self-doubt and cultivate a robust sense of confidence that permeates every aspect of your life. This process involves intentionally replacing negative self-talk with empowering affirmations, visualizing yourself succeeding in challenging situations, and reframing past experiences to emphasize resilience and growth. Rewiring your brain to respond with poise and confidence in the face of stress and uncertainty is something that can be accomplished with constant practice. To begin, set aside 10 to 15 minutes each day for visualization exercises. Find a quiet, comfortable space and close your eyes. Visualize yourself handling difficult situations with ease, receiving praise and recognition from others, and feeling a deep sense of self-worth. Use all of your senses to bring the visualization to life, incorporating sights, sounds, and emotions. As you visualize, focus on the sensations of confidence and self-assurance, allowing these feelings to permeate your entire being. As you continue to practice, you'll notice a shift in your thoughts, emotions, and behaviors. Developing a more caring and supportive connection with oneself will result in you becoming more aggressive, taking on new difficulties, and taking on new challenges. Chapter 9. Overcoming Phobias and Traumas. As you've begun to rewire your brain for confidence and self-esteem, you're now poised to tackle the deeply ingrained patterns underlying phobias and traumas, allowing you to confront and overcome these debilitating obstacles. Phobias and traumas are complex psychological responses that manifest as intense emotional reactions, often triggered by specific stimuli. To overcome them, you'll need to identify the underlying neural patterns driving these responses. This involves recognizing the cognitive distortions and emotional associations that perpetuate your phobias and traumas. Start by acknowledging the physical sensations and emotional responses associated with your phobia or trauma. Then, challenge the distorted thinking patterns that reinforce these reactions. For instance, if you have a fear of public speaking, you might reframe the thought "I'm going to embarrass myself" to "I'm well prepared and capable of communicating effectively." Next, rewire your brain by creating new neural connections that counteract the phobic or traumatic responses. This can involve visualization exercises, exposure therapy, or cognitive behavioral techniques. By consistently reinforcing these new patterns, you'll begin to dismantle the old, maladaptive responses. Chapter 10. The Importance of Mindfulness Meditation. Furthermore, mindfulness meditation is an essential component in the process of rewiring your brain for increased self-esteem and confidence. This is accomplished by creating a non-judgmental awareness of your thoughts, feelings, and physically experienced sensations. By dedicating a few minutes each day to mindfulness practice, you'll become more attuned to your internal experiences, allowing you to better navigate life's challenges. During the course of your commitment to mindfulness meditation, you will start to experience a reduction in feelings of tension and anxiety, which will be replaced by a sense of serenity and clarity. This newfound awareness enables you to recognize the intricate connections between your thoughts, emotions, and physical responses, empowering you to respond to situations more thoughtfully. Regular mindfulness practice strengthens the neural connections in your brain, fostering resilience and adaptability. You'll develop a greater understanding of your values and goals, allowing you to make more intentional decisions that align with your aspirations. Additionally, mindfulness meditation enhances cognitive function, improving focus, concentration, and memory. As you progress, you'll find that mindfulness meditation becomes an invaluable tool in your journey of self-discovery and personal growth. You will be better equipped to negotiate the intricacies of life if you make this exercise a part of your normal daily routine. It is also possible that you will develop a more profound comprehension of both yourself and the world that surrounds you. Chapter 11. Unlearning negative thought patterns. Understanding the negative thought patterns that have become ingrained in your mind and attempting to challenge them is of the utmost importance. These thought patterns frequently originate from previous experiences, societal pressures, or internalized self-doubt. These patterns can manifest as self-criticism, fear of failure, or perpetual anxiety. To unlearn these patterns, you must first acknowledge their presence. Spend some time thinking about your ideas, feelings, and responses to the different circumstances you have encountered. Identify the triggers that set off negative thought spirals and acknowledge the emotions they evoke. Next, challenge these patterns by reframing negative self-talk into constructive, realistic thoughts. For example, rather than saying, "I am a complete and utter failure," you may rephrase it as, "I have made a mistake, but I am able to learn from it." Empower yourself with self-compassion and acknowledge that everyone is capable of making mistakes. Understanding that these negative patterns aren't inherent to your identity, but rather a result of conditioning, is vital. By recognizing and challenging them, you can begin to rewire your mind. As you progress, you'll become more adept at catching negative thoughts and reframing them. This process takes time, patience, and practice. Be gentle with yourself, and don't be discouraged by setbacks. Chapter 12. The benefits of gratitude practices. By reframing negative thought patterns, you've taken the first step towards rewiring your mind, and now cultivating gratitude practices can further enhance this process by fostering a more positive mindset. This adjustment in perspective has the potential to have a significant impact on your day-to-day life, specifically because thankfulness practices have been demonstrated to boost happiness, life satisfaction, and social connections. By focusing on the good things in your life, you'll begin to rewire your brain to look for the positive in every situation, leading to a more optimistic outlook. Regular gratitude practices can also reduce stress, anxiety, and depression by shifting your attention away from negative thoughts and emotions. You may see an increase in your overall well-being and resilience as a result of this. Additionally, gratitude practices can strengthen your relationships by encouraging empathy, kindness, and appreciation for others. Incorporating practices of thankfulness into your everyday routine can be a straightforward process. Make it a habit to set out a few minutes every day to think about the things that you are grateful for, regardless of how insignificant they may appear. Put them in writing in a diary dedicated to thankfulness, discuss them with a close friend or member of your family, or simply take a time to appreciate them in your own mind. By making gratitude a habit, you'll be rewiring your mind to focus on the positive, leading to a more fulfilling and joyful life. Chapter 13. Enhancing cognitive function and memory. Rewiring your brain's neural pathways can greatly enhance cognitive function and memory by strengthening the connections between neurons and promoting neuroplasticity. This process involves creating new neural connections and reinforcing existing ones, allowing your brain to reorganize and adapt throughout your life. As you challenge yourself mentally, your brain responds by forming new connections and strengthening weak ones. You can take charge of enhancing your cognitive function and memory by incorporating specific strategies into your daily routine. One effective approach is to practice working memory exercises, such as brain teasers, puzzles, and memory games. These activities stimulate your brain's neural networks, improving your ability to process and retain information. Additionally, engaging in physically active pursuits, such as aerobic exercise, has been shown to promote neuroplasticity and improve cognitive function. Another key strategy is to prioritize sleep and stress management. During sleep, your brain consolidates memories and processes new information, while chronic stress can negatively impact cognitive function. Chapter 14. The impact of technology on brain development. Since the dawn of the digital age, technology has been rapidly reshaping the way our brains develop and function. You're likely no stranger to the constant stream of information and stimuli that comes with living in a digitally driven world. As you move through this environment, your brain is under constant pressure to adjust to the demands that are being imposed upon it. The structure and function of your brain may be altered as a result of spending an excessive amount of time in front of a screen, particularly in parts of your brain that are important for attention, impulse control, and emotional organization. You may notice changes in your ability to focus, remember, and process information. This is because technology is rewiring your brain to prioritize quick, superficial interactions over deeper, more meaningful ones. Furthermore, the continuous stream of notifications and alerts can cause you to be in a condition of permanent distraction, which makes it difficult for you to engage in sustained, concentrated thought. Your brain is being reprogrammed to crave instant gratification, leading to decreased attention span and increased impulsivity. Recognizing the influence that technology has on the development of your brain and taking preventative measures to lessen the impact of this influence is of the utmost importance. By being mindful of your technology use and incorporating practices that promote cognitive flexibility, you can regain control over your brain's development and function. Chapter 15. The connection between mind and body. Your body responds to your mind's signals, and vice versa, forming a dynamic interplay that greatly influences your overall health and well-being. This intricate connection is rooted in the complex neural networks that crisscross your brain and body. When you think, feel, or perceive something, your brain sends signals to your body, triggering a cascade of physiological responses. Conversely, your body's sensations, such as pain or pleasure, send signals back to your brain, influencing your thoughts, emotions, and behaviors. The central nervous system (CNS) or the peripheral nervous system (PNS) are the two components that make up the nervous system, which is responsible for mediating communication in both directions. The CNS, comprising your brain and spinal cord, processes and integrates information, while the PNS, consisting of nerves and ganglia, transmits signals between the CNS and the rest of your body. Involuntary functions, such as your heart rate, respiration, and digestion, are regulated by the autonomic nervous system (ANS), which is a subdivision of the parasympathetic nervous system (PNS). This regulation occurs in reaction to your mental and emotional emotions. The release of neurotransmitters, hormones, and other signaling molecules that influence your mood, motivation, and physiological reactions further strengthens the mind-body link. These molecules are responsible for modulating your overall state of mind. An example of this would be the secretion of the hormone cortisol in accordance with stress, whereas endorphins are released in response to pleasure or relaxation. For the purpose of recognizing the enormous impact that your mental and emotional moods have on your physical health and overall well-being, it is essential to have a thorough understanding of this complex interaction. Chapter 16. Strategies for rewiring negative emotions. By grasping the dynamic interplay between your mind and body, you can now begin to develop strategies to rewire negative emotions that may be influencing your physical health and well-being. This requires a deliberate effort to recognize and challenge negative thought patterns, which can be achieved through mindfulness and self-reflection. One effective strategy is cognitive reappraisal, which involves reframing negative emotions by reappraising the situation in a more positive or neutral light. For instance, instead of viewing a situation as catastrophic, you can reframe it as an opportunity for growth or learning. This contributes to a reduction in the emotional intensity that is associated with depressing feelings. Another strategy is emotional labeling, which involves acknowledging and labeling your emotions. This helps to reduce the emotional intensity by recognizing the emotion and accepting it, rather than trying to suppress or deny it. It is possible to begin the process of developing a sense of detachment by identifying your feelings, which can assist you in responding to situations in a more objective manner. Additionally, practicing self-compassion can also help to rewire negative emotions. This involves treating yourself with kindness, understanding, and acceptance, rather than self-criticism or judgment. Through the cultivation of self-compassion, one can build a relationship with themselves that is more pleasant and helpful, which can assist in the reduction of negative feelings and the promotion of emotional well-being. Chapter 17. Building Resilience and Mental Toughness. To develop mental toughness, you'll need to cultivate resilience, which involves adapting to adversity, coping with stress, and bouncing back from setbacks. This requires a combination of skills, attitudes, and practices that help you navigate challenging situations. One essential skill is emotional regulation, which enables you to manage your emotional responses to stressful events. You can develop emotional regulation by practicing mindfulness, recognizing your emotional triggers, and learning relaxation techniques like deep breathing or meditation. One further essential component of resilience is having a growth mindset, which enables one to see different kinds of adversities as chances for personal development and growth. This mindset helps you focus on solutions rather than problems, and it enables you to reframe obstacles as stepping stones for personal growth. In addition, growing resilience requires the establishment of a support network, which may consist of friends, family members, or co-workers who are able to offer psychological support and assistance during challenging times. You will be better equipped to deal with stress and adversity if you surround yourself with a group that is supportive of you. Chapter 18. Understanding the placebo effect. Researchers have long been fascinated by the placebo effect, a phenomenon in which inert substances or sham treatments produce real, measurable effects on human physiology and behavior. You might be surprised to learn that the placebo effect is a powerful demonstration of your brain's ability to rewire itself. The placebo effect typically occurs when you believe you're receiving an active treatment, but in reality, you're receiving a dummy treatment. Your brain, however, doesn't know the difference. It responds as if you've actually received the real treatment, triggering a cascade of physiological responses. For example, if you're given a sugar pill and told it's a pain reliever, your brain might release endorphins, which can actually reduce your perception of pain. Across a wide range of conditions, from the treatment of depression to the management of pain, the placebo effect has been found. It's not just limited to physical responses. Either the placebo effect can also influence your emotional state and behavior. For instance, if you believe a treatment will improve your mood, you may start to feel more optimistic and motivated. What's remarkable about the placebo effect is that it highlights the brain's incredible capacity for self-regulation. This demonstrates that your thoughts, beliefs, and expectations can have a direct effect on your physiological and mental well-being. It is clear that this is the case. As you continue on this journey of rewiring your brain, understanding the placebo effect will become increasingly important. You'll learn how to harness the power of your own mind to create positive changes in your life. Chapter 19. How to create a personalized rewiring plan. Developing a personalized rewiring plan requires you to identify your specific goals and prioritize the areas of your life where you'd like to see positive change. This involves reflecting on what you want to achieve, whether it's improving mental clarity, reducing anxiety, or enhancing creativity. Take time to brainstorm and write down your objectives, making sure they're specific, measurable, and achievable. Next, categorize your goals into key areas such as relationships, career, health, or personal growth. This will help you visualize the scope of your rewiring plan and allocate your efforts effectively. Identify the underlying patterns, beliefs, or habits that need to be rewired to achieve your goals. Maintain an honest relationship with yourself and recognize any self-limiting ideas or negative thought patterns that may be preventing you from achieving your goals. Create a detailed strategy that outlines the particular steps you will take to rewire your brain, and then follow that plan step by step. The larger goals should be broken down into smaller, more achievable tasks, and realistic timelines should be assigned to each of those activities. In order to assist your path of rewiring, you might want to think about receiving guidance from a mentor, coach, or therapist. Regularly review and adjust your plan as needed, celebrating your successes and learning from setbacks. By following these steps, you'll be well on your way to creating a personalized rewiring plan tailored to your unique needs and goals. Chapter 20. The role of sleep in brain function. As you embark on your rewiring journey, it's essential to recognize that your brain's ability to adapt and change is closely tied to the quality of your sleep, which plays a pivotal role in consolidating new neural connections and strengthening existing ones. During sleep, your brain processes and consolidates memories, transferring information from your hippocampus to your neocortex for long-term storage. This process, known as memory consolidation, is vital for solidifying new skills and knowledge. When you're well rested, your brain is more efficient at pruning unnecessary neural connections, eliminating redundant pathways, and strengthening relevant ones. This refinement process enables your brain to reorganize and adapt to new information, making it more receptive to rewiring. In contrast, sleep deprivation can impede this process, leading to decreased cognitive flexibility and reduced ability to adapt to new information. As you rewire, prioritize getting adequate sleep each night. You should try to get between 7 and 9 hours of sleep each night so that your brain can process and consolidate new knowledge to its full potential. In order to increase the quality of your sleep, you should establish a regular sleep pattern, develop a routine which assists you relax before bedtime, and steer clear of activities that are stimulating right before bedtime. By doing so, you'll create an ideal environment for your brain to adapt and change, paving the way for successful rewiring. Chapter 21. Reprogramming for better relationships. Your relationships can be transformed by reprogramming your brain's automatic responses to social cues, allowing you to nurture deeper connections and more effective communication. It is possible to break away from patterns of behavior that may be preventing you from developing meaningful connections if you rewire the default settings in your brain. To start, take an inventory of your current relationships. Identify areas where you'd like to improve, such as active listening or conflict resolution. Next, pinpoint the specific social cues that trigger your automatic responses, such as a partner's tone of voice or a friend's criticism. Once you're aware of these cues, you can begin to reprogram your responses by practicing new, more effective reactions. For example, if you tend to become defensive when criticized, try replacing that response with active listening and open-mindedness. As you practice this new response, your brain will start to rewire itself, making it easier to navigate complex social situations. Chapter 22. The power of affirmations and mantras. You can harness the power of affirmations and mantras to rewire your brain's neural pathways, replacing negative thought patterns with empowering beliefs that propel you towards personal growth and transformation. By consistently repeating affirmations, you can reprogram your mind to focus on positive outcomes, build confidence, and overcome self-doubt. When paired with visualization, this method is especially successful because it strengthens the neuronal connection that exists between your conscious thoughts and your subconscious mind. To get started, identify areas in your life where you'd like to see improvement, such as self-esteem, relationships, or career goals. Craft affirmations that are specific, positive, and present tense, like I am worthy of love and respect, or I am confident in my abilities. Repeat these affirmations daily, ideally during meditation or right before sleep, when your brain is most receptive to new information. Remember to be consistent and patient, as rewiring your brain takes time. Begin with shorter sessions, and as you reach a point where you are more comfortable with the practice, progressively increase the length of the sessions. You can also incorporate mantras, short phrases, or words that evoke a specific emotional response to amplify the effects of your affirmations. For example, repeating I am enough can help alleviate anxiety and self-doubt. Chapter 23. The science behind brainwave entrainment. Brainwave entrainment is a phenomenon where external stimuli influence brainwave frequencies. This allows your brain to synchronize with specific frequencies, effectively enhancing your state of consciousness. This synchronization is made possible by the brain's natural tendency to follow rhythmic patterns, a process known as frequency following response. When your brain is exposed to a specific frequency, it will begin to resonate at that frequency, influencing your thoughts, emotions, and behaviors. The frequencies you can entrain to range from beta waves 13 to 30 Hz, associated with focus and concentration, to alpha waves 8 to 12 Hz, linked to relaxation and reduced cortical activity. Theta waves 4 to 8 Hz, typically present during sleep and meditation, are also accessible through entrainment. By targeting specific frequency ranges, you can induce desired states such as increased creativity, improved mood, or enhanced cognitive function. Research has demonstrated the efficacy of brainwave entrainment in treating anxiety, depression, and ADHD. Additionally, it has been used to enhance athletic performance, improve sleep quality, and even reduce chronic pain. To harness the power of brainwave entrainment, you can utilize various tools, including binaural beats, isochronic tones, and visual stimulation. By understanding how to leverage brainwave entrainment, you can tap into the full potential of your mind and rewire your brain for peak performance. Chapter 24. Overcoming self-doubt and imposter syndrome. As you tap into the full potential of your mind through brainwave entrainment, self-doubt and imposter syndrome can emerge as major obstacles, threatening to undermine your progress and confidence. It's essential to acknowledge these feelings rather than suppressing them and develop strategies to overcome them. Recognize that self-doubt and imposter syndrome are common experiences, even among high achievers. It's not a reflection of your abilities, but rather a natural response to pushing beyond your comfort zone. When these feelings arise, take a step back and objectively assess your progress. Make a list of your accomplishments, no matter how small they may seem. This helps to counterbalance negative self-talk and builds confidence. Reframe negative thoughts by focusing on the process rather than the outcome. Instead of thinking I'm not good enough, tell yourself I'm learning and improving with each session. Your goals should be broken down into easier to achieve tasks, and you should celebrate each milestone that you reach. This helps to build momentum and reinforces a growth mindset. Chapter 25. Maintaining progress and avoiding setbacks. Consistently, it's vital to implement strategies that safeguard your progress and prevent regression, ensuring the neural rewiring process remains on track. You've worked hard to rewire your brain, and it's imperative to maintain momentum. To do so, establish a routine that reinforces positive habits and thought patterns. Set aside time each day to review and reflect on your progress, identifying areas that require adjustment. You can maintain your concentration and motivation by tracking your progress on a regular basis. In addition, it enables you to identify prospective obstacles before they become more troublesome. In order to keep track of your ideas, feelings, and actions, you should develop a notebook or log. Because of this, you will be able to see patterns and make decisions based on data in order to improve the efficiency of your rewiring process. Another critical aspect of maintaining progress is building a support network. Surround yourself with people who encourage and motivate you to continue rewiring your brain. Avoid negative influences that might hinder your progress or trigger self-doubt. Instead, seek out like-minded individuals who share your goals and aspirations. You've taken the first step towards rewiring your mind. Now, commit to embracing change, cultivating self-awareness, and harnessing the power of neuroplasticity. As you move forward, remember that progress isn't a straight line, but a series of intentional choices. By integrating these strategies, you'll transform your thoughts, emotions, and behaviors, unleashing a brighter, more empowered you. Thanks for listening to or reading this from Audiobooks Office.